Welcome to the King of Iron Fist tournament.
Hey, what's good everybody? This is the one and only ADtheTRIBALCHILD, and welcome to the very first episode of Ask the Tribal Child, where you, the viewer, send me questions about anything and I will answer them. If you have a question, just click on the blue annotation on the bottom of the screen, or just click on the link in the description and ask your questions on the comment box there. So without further ado, let's get started. My first question is from XAX Rido, and he asks, are you interested in PlayStation Battle All-Stars? Well, I'm not interested in PlayStation Battle All-Stars per se, maybe because it's a brawler/fighting game from which it has the same concept and elements as Nintendo Super Smash Bros. Franchise. I mean, other, Smash Brothers copies came and went, and none of them came successful. And when I first heard about this game, I didn't think it'll be any different. But that doesn't mean I wouldn't play it though. I mean, it looks like fun, but it's impossible to see it past the game being quote-unquote Sony's answer to Nintendo's Smash Bros. Series. I mean, if I ever get a chance to check it out, I'll play it. Who knows, maybe I'll talk about it in my next video. My next question is from my buddy, the Troll Busta, aka I am the Fray Fray, and he asks, with fighting games slowly being released and Tekken Cross Street Fighter finally being worked on, what do you want to see out of it? I actually did notice a few fighting game titles slowly making their presence known prior to its release, especially the upcoming Tekken Cross Street Fighter from Namco Bandai. Not to be confused with Capcom's Street Fighter Cross Tekken. As far as Tekken Cross Street Fighter, I like to see more from Capcom's side, see more from the Street Fighter side on Namco's version. Mainly characters that we haven't seen in recent Street Fighter titles like Alex, Eagle, Karen Kasuki, Rainbow Mika, and that's just to name a few. I also hope that Tekken project director Katsuhiro Harada make the gameplay mechanics cater to both Tekken and Street Fighter gamers. Unlike, moving on. My next question is from the original Outcast via Facebook, and he asks, do you prefer an arcade stick or a gamepad for fighting games? Just a good old gamepad for me. I never really got into playing the arcade stick for fighting games. I played an arcade stick while playing against a friend in Vanilla Street Fighter 4 about 3 or 4 years ago. Considering that I haven't played an actual arcade fighting game in years, I really suck at it, and of course I lost several times. So just a good old regular gamepad for me. My next question comes from Clawfelter JC, and he asks, is there any amount of characters that everyone will be happy with in Marvel vs. Capcom 2? I don't think there's a right answer to that, considering that Marvel vs. Capcom 2's large roster and extremely broken gameplay. I think there's something for everyone as far as strategy, team combos, or just being a chip damage spammer. One of the best things about the game's 52 character roster is that there's a variety for everybody, including beginners, experts, casual and hardcore gamers, and yes, even spammers. Bastards. So again, I don't think there's a right answer for your question. It's just a matter of opinion. My next question is from Dre7BG13, and he asks, who is your biggest influence in life? Artistically, it will have to be Stan Lee and Patrick Spacity. Both guys inspired me to be the artist that I am now. And for those who don't know, Patrick Spacity, or Spaz for short, is the artist behind the many covers of Archie's long-running Sonic the Hedgehog comics, and his attention to detail in his works are awesome. Stan Lee has had to be one of my main influences because him being the heart and soul of Marvel Comics is what got me to do my own comics as well as creating my own characters. Not to mention he co-created a few of my favorite Marvel superheroes, including Spider-Man, Wolverine, Iron Man, and the Incredible Hulk. My next question is from Rytryoska, and he asks, who is your favorite YouTuber? Or do you have multiple favorites? There are several YouTubers that have videos that I really enjoy watching. I'm trying not to be YouTube biased or playing favoritism per se, so I'm going to name a few that I frequently watch. One is James Wolf's channel, James Nintendo Nerd, home of the long-running The Angry Video Game Nerd, and you know what's bullshit? Anyway, I also like Clement J642's channel, home of the Great Clements, because I really enjoy his LP videos, including the Mega Man and Sonic series that he covers. I also enjoy Dorkley's video game shorts from his channel, as well as the Ask the Sonic Heroes series from Sonic Song 182. I also enjoy videos from AliRx, Bellingham Productions, Pipluff Fan 77, and a few others. The next question also comes from SAX Rido, and he asks, what movie of 2013 are you most excited for? As of now, Iron Man 3. Just ever since I saw the teaser trailer back in October, it blew me away like, I gotta see this. Just the teaser trailer alone got me hyped for this movie. There are other movies I'm looking forward to see, like The Hangover Part 3, Kick-Ass 2, and the 300 sequel. But for now, my eyes are set on Iron Man 3. My next question also comes from I Am the Fray Fray, and he asks, what are the top 3 games you would like to come out on the Wii U? If I ever own a Wii U, I would love to see a brand new Star Fox game just to give everyone, myself included, who played the original Super Nintendo game as well as Star Fox 64, a brand new experience and a continuation of the franchise. Also, the same for a Killer Instinct game, if Rare ever go back to making games with Nintendo, of course. I can't think of a third game from the top of my head. I want to say a third-party game, but I can't think of a third-party Wii U title that isn't a re-release or a high-definition rehash. So any fighting game, whether it's Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Kings of Fighters, BlazBlue, just any fighting game. The Tekken Tag 2 Wii U edition is getting quite lonely in the Wii U library. My next question also comes from the original Outcast via Facebook, and he asks, should PSN trophies or Xbox Live achievements matter in games today? Will those work? I would have to say yes and no. The reason why I think it matters because it adds the replay value on some current generation games with the PlayStation Network trophies and Xbox Live achievements. But at the same time, this is coming from me as an old school gamer. It's not really worth the hassle trying to get a lot of Xbox Live game points or trying to get 100% on your PlayStation Network trophies. Especially when you try to get all the trophies or achievements for one game, then it's on to the next. Not to mention, new games are being released with more trophies and or achievements to unlock, as well as DLC trophies and achievements. I got another question from Clawfelder JC, and he asks, are we in a gaming environment where the hype has died down in terms of people buying fighting games, or is more general? More general because the hype for a single game, where if it's a fighting game or first person shooter or RPG, hack and slash, sports, whatever, the hype for that game prior and after its release will die down eventually, as all games, regardless of replay value and DLC. So when the next biggest thing in gaming comes around, the cycle begins anew and starts all over again. Next question is the second question from Dre7BG13, and he asks, what is your favorite movie and why? It will have to be Half Baked from 1998 starring Dave Chappelle. It's one of those movies that I never get tired of watching, no matter how many times I watch it or how long since I watched it. Me and my little brothers talk about this movie a lot and often recite dialogue from this movie. It's one of my all-time favorites. Not a fan of stoner movies or anti-weed movies per se, but Half Baked is an exception, and I really love that movie. The next question is another one for Rytryoska, and he asks, what do you usually draw with? Do you draw digitally or traditionally? I draw traditionally, and I recently started to edit my work digitally. My tools of the trade are drawing pencils, Sakura Pigment Micron pens, and sometimes color pencils. I recently experimented with digital coloring using the Paint.net software. I draw my pictures by hand, scan it, and edit it by color with the Paint.net. I yet to learn how to draw a digital drawing tablet, so I'm sticking with traditional art for now. I got another question from XAX Rido, and he asks, do you like the idea of downloadable content as something being most, if not all games, are starting to implement that contains a price tag? Though DLC is now part of today's gaming market, I honestly don't like the idea, even to this day, that I have to pay for something that should have been included in the games right off the bat. If it's free, that's another story. As I already explained with the trophy achievements question, it is a hassle, especially when we have to pay for some DLC to add replay value or legitimately complete the game. Maybe I'm too much of an old school gamer, but that's how I look at it. Okay, I got another question from ADtheTRIBALCHILD, and he asked, what are your thoughts on the upcoming Marvel movie lineup? Short answer, I'm pretty looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the upcoming sequels to Captain America, Thor, and of course Iron Man, as I already stated. I got another question from Clawfilter JZ, and he asks, which game will ultimately be better, the Wii U Super Smash Bros. Or Darkstalkers 4? Man, that's a tough one. I'm looking forward to both games actually. As far as which will be better, if Capcom can get their shit together, I think Darkstalkers 4 will put the franchise back on the map and be the better fighting game. But I also have my eyes set on the new Wii U Super Smash Bros. Game, since it'll be developed by Namco Bandai. As far as which will ultimately be better, I say Darkstalkers 4, mainly because the series needed a much deserved comeback. Not to hate on the upcoming Smash Brothers for the Wii U. While looking forward to it, unless the game itself prove me otherwise, I don't think, in my honest opinion, that it will top Darkstalkers 4. Okay, I got another question from Dre7BG13, and he asks, if you could smack someone in the face for their idiocy, who would it be and why? I gotta be honest here, there's a lot of individuals that I want to smack, if not punch in the face for their ignorance and stupidity. But there is one person that I want to strike down so hard, even more than Matthew McConaughey. And that man is Dick LeBeau. But AD, he's an NFL Hall of Famer coach. And? Let's be honest here. I'm not a big football fan, but I do root for my hometown team, the Cincinnati Bengals. LeBeau had some success with the Bengals as a defensive backfield coach and later defensive coordinator in the 80s. But it's his last 3 years with the Bengals as head coach that brought the team to the crapper. On top of the fact that his last year as Bengals head coach made the team the worst in his franchise history in 2002 with a 2-14 record. How the hell that LeBeau was considered to be in the NFL Hall of Fame is beyond me. Also, he's currently the defensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers, another reason to smack him more. Okay, I got one more question. This time is another one for Red Tryoska, and he asks, what kind of music do you listen to? Name a few of your favorite bands and artists. Well, I listen to a lot of music. Variety if you may, I listen to rock, hip-hop, reggae, ska, some J-rock and J-pop, and also some field game soundtracks. As far as my favorite artists and bands, it'll have to be, Eminem, Dr. Dre, Nas, P.O.D., 311, Linkin Park, Seven Dust, P.O.D., Papa Roach, Bob Marley, Buju Banton, Burning Spear, Capleton, and I could go on and on all day, but those are my top favorites. Well, that's all for my first episode of Ask the Tribal Child, and I would like to thank everyone who submitted their questions. This episode would not be possible without you all. But before I end this episode, I have a question for you. When gaming companies like Capcom and EA receive negative criticism from gamers and critics alike, what do you think is the current state of the gaming industry? Let me know in the comments below, and the best answers will be featured on the next episode. I will be back for the next set of questions, and of course, if you have questions for me, click on the annotation on the screen or in the link in the description below and submit your questions on the comment section there. As always, this is the one and only ADtheTRIBALCHILD, and I hope everyone had a happy and safe holiday season, and wish you all a very happy new year. So till next time, keep it locked.